I'd be lying if I said anything's happened today up here. But it hardly ever does at this spot. It's so weird like that. I can go to places, you guys, I could almost promise you, I never do because just in case, but almost every single time they'll give me something for the video. Here, nothing. I seen them smiling and stuff, like, but never have they given me like that I can remember anyway, like some noise or something. Because right now it'd be perfect. Listen, it's so cool. You can hear like some machine way off in the distance. They're the only other ones up here. I'm about 15 miles up. They're below. They're 3-4 miles below me. They can't get up where I am. Their trucks cannot go through the snow. I could drive around it. All right, I'm gonna sit right here for a couple minutes. In my opinion, only it's if you're doing what I'm doing, like something like this today, it's a great idea to stop, especially if nothing's happening, and let them do their thing. Like let them get closer because they can get around you somehow. I'm not sure how they do it, but you know, because there's situations. Let me just say this real quick. Hold on, I'm having problems here. There's situations where it is very much like what you would think. I've been in them. I found this Dogman dude, like, remember that guy? I call him Freight Train. And I surprised him, and he moved just like you would expect. Huge, just unbelievable ground shaking and rustling, and then it was ended instantly. It lasted for like, if I remember correctly, a second or two. But it was so abrupt and like, it's on video and crazy that that's how I knew, you know, something happens. Like I was right there, you guys, like it was on the video. Like I come to this incredible like giant ball of structure, and inside is a seat, and it's for one guy, and he's in it, and he didn't know I was coming, and he sees me and it stops, and he's gone. Okay, so what is that? How is that? Uh-oh, hold on. I got whistles. They're like signal whistle. You wouldn't have heard it. Look at this thing behind me. There's trails everywhere. To me, this represents little ones right here. This is it's all a little runaround. Where do they go? I'm further from that than the day I started, I think. Oh, my Jay's right here. He's there. See, they're being quiet. They're not using the... There's one. They're not using them, that I can tell. I think he's here on his own. And if you question that, I filmed them with his face in the video, sending the bird off his shoulder. So I do this because of the white one. I've been 15. I forget. I really don't remember the feet now. But he was standing. We right in front of each other, and he didn't mean. They knew I was there, but it was like an accident, and that is real. What you're seeing right there. These white guys are the ones that are out there. I'm telling you, I see it in other people's videos too that are getting real close. The white ones are right there. They want nothing from you. It's never about food with the Jays. So don't think, oh, you feed them. No, I don't. I try. They want nothing to do with it. It's all has something to do with them. You'll only find these birds around where these guys are. I'm telling you right now, if you see a mountain jay, look in the woods, because I guarantee you'll see a structure. These birds come with them. They have. It's almost like a remote control car for our world. That's what they have. Why don't you give me a whistle? I've never seen one whistle close. That's why I've never seen a bird whistle. It only happens when it's out there. They've never done it next to me. Like, why won't he just land there and whistle? Out of the 175 videos I have of whistle communications with them on structures, why didn't one time he whistle close? Out of 175. You guys. This is the worst time of day. Look, make no mistake about it. I've done this so many times, more than probably any. You. This is where I think they are. So if you saw the video, like the video I just did, there's probably a few of you left. I just wanted to point this out. It would probably have been a better video in there. You got to see some of this, the scale, giant scale, like open structures, seats around them. I think that's where they are, right there, right in there. The guys that I was visiting right there, they're like, it's close, but it's below. See how green it is in there already? It's been melted there. It's incredible. Yeah, there's multiple lines as you go through the spring of snow lines, and that last one takes quite a while. So I feel like the last one's the rest of the mountain. It takes quite a bit. I have another probably a couple weeks before I see that. That's a giant teepee structure right there. So I think there's something going on right now in there. I'm not just saying that. I really believe that. See the trees, like it's different. And where I was way in there. And then there's hardly any snow, although I do have one patch of snowed in there. Something's happening in there. I just look in there and I get goosebumps. I'm not kidding. All right, over now. I think that I haven't started. I've been thinking it the whole time. That I'm up too high, too fast. Like, if the snow just melted here. You can see it's still here. Like, it just in the last week or so, it's melted here. And I don't see, like, I'm seeing their seats I know they're going to use. I do have disturbances, but it's on like a light, like that. It's heavy in a couple of spots, but real light where I should see activity. And I think they're still in their spots below. Look at that, you guys. I mean, what the fudge sickle? Look what they got in here. Check this out. You know how this is cut? I can tell you right now. Look, fire jumper. The only way. Look how random it is. They just cut that one tree. It was probably dead. It looks very flammable to me. Look at that. Jumpers. This is the only cut they made here. I mean, I think it was human. It's right in front of some giant X's. Who knows what their little staff can do now? That looks to me like a chainsaw. I'm not going to start claiming they're using chainsaws. Would I be shocked? Absolutely not. I just wouldn't be at all. Not that they were using, like they had still chainsaws. No, like, you know, some like smartphone does it or something. I wouldn't be shocked. That's what I think. I think it's a way to look at this. So like, Mark, what's going on out there? Like, how do they do that? My answer would be there's an app for that. I'm telling you can tell by the ground here. I'm up too far. Does that mean you couldn't? No, but your chances are much better to be a little lower than where the snow just melted. Although I definitely have new structures. I don't know when they could do it in the middle of the winter for all I know. I don't know, you know. I've watched them make a structure. They dropped 2-3 trees right in front of me, and they all went right into structures. Here's another thing of seats, all seats. One right there. Look at the third. 53 going straight uphill with the heaviest backpack I've ever carried. I got more gear with me now than I've ever carried. Guns, water, tarps, everything there it takes to spend the night, things like that. Yeah, I just thought about it. Who wants to do it? Let's do it right now. I'm making this up right this second on the spot. Preferably if you have a motorcycle. I was hoping Chris Kramer was going to come back out. I mean, rescheduled to come back out. He had to help his son financially last year. What I was going to say is overnight. Who wants to do an overnight? We'll do a sleep out. I'll put us right in the middle of where they are. They will be right there. I have been there and done this. It is the most nerve-wracking, exciting thing that you could ever do. Let's do it. It probably won't be on motorcycles. And so he had to skip the trip. I want to get 1 or 2 people, possibly 3. I've realized numbers. I told these guys I really need a sighting. It's who is today, right here. I don't think it'll matter with these guys because I don't think that they're here. And the ones that are don't make those decisions. That's my opinion. Well, I take away the promise. I need the heavy hitters. But it doesn't matter. I've realized numbers mean nothing. I think the other ones are like scared of you. This is. That's why you need like. Just Bigfoot. Nice. So watch, look. You see all the rocks? They make sure that they're all clean. Those are all the sticks from here. Now it looks like it was done last year or the year before. Bear, I think, did that. So you know there's a bear right near here somewhere. It looks like he did it last year as well. Look at all the sticks. Those are all the sticks from here. I cannot, I don't know. It's something they do over and over and over. There's some dirt with a hole. I finally got a hole in it. Doesn't mean it's not another either. They probably have an entire existence of like animals and pets that go along with them. I don't know. I filmed a lion one day on their side. Look at this Sasquatch, I'll show you guys. This has been cut through this. You see that? There's no way I could have walked through there if someone else hadn't done it. Giant teepee structures. So this is worth it. I like to get something for the day, but I got a whole day ahead of me. But just in case I don't, look at this actually, guys. I'm gonna film my way out of this. This is what I was talking about. You guys, on occasion, just so you know, I do edit. So the clips that were first happened later, where I was sitting in the middle of them. So sometimes it doesn't make sense because I've rearranged the clips. Like I haven't seen them yet, but believe me, I knew that was a crazy situation. I was sitting right there with them. Look at that. Wow. Who needs to see Bigfoot? You guys just see this. You're supposed to be blown away by that. This tells you that tells you that this world is not what you thought it is, and it's unlimited, which means you can do anything you really want, not in the confines of what they've told you. That's what the reason I'm telling you this is not for attention. It's so wow. Here's their new pine cones. It's so that because I really believe that it's going to take one of us. You know, someone special like that, like all of a sudden you go out, you're like, all right, fine, Mark. And then we find out that you were the best. For some reason, they just love you. We can't figure out why. That's what I want. Like at worst case, like we don't need to know why you did it. I think it's a collective. So it's anything, you guys. Look at the pinecone eating. Wow, I have never seen this here. I don't know. This is fresh this year, some of this. There's snow here too. There's piles there that have been made this year. It's blinded. Look at the blinding so that no one sees them eating. Because remember, that's a blind. If you look up here from 100 yards away or 200 yards away, you won't be able to see through that. And if you can, it'll be very little. And you won't be able to, you'll be like, well, what is that? You will not be able to tell what's there. It's something I noticed from the first day I did this, is that they blind things. Make no mistake. Do I think I'm telling 3/4 of you something you don't know? No, not at all. Not at all. I never think that. You guys don't ever think that. I'm just talking out loud. That's all. For the person that gets frustrated with me or whatever, I'm just assuming that no one says anything, but I'm sure. Let's see your video. So before you criticize, why would you criticize something you can't do? You cannot accomplish what I do, so why would you criticize it? What does that make you? A very ignorant person. It's an amazing thing. You'll criticize football players, you'll criticize baseball players, you'll criticize everyone, but you can't do any of it, even a tenth of as good as them. So really, should we be criticizing you is the question. Here's the reason I know it's here, because this is where I see the big guys looking at me. Right here. Oh, I came way up here. Okay, so it's right on the backside. See, look at this. How is that there? There's a giant X back there. Believe it or not, that is all based on an X. I have been back in there. Look at this. Look at that structure, you guys. That is one unbelievable structure. It's making noise. Listen. Look how clean it is. It's incredible how clean it is. Enough's enough. I just wanted to show you some of these undeniable structures. Look at this one, goes up, drape breaks, drapes over, makes another X. Everything's off the ground. Just about. Incredible. There's their totem pole. Leaning. Nowhere else but uphill. Not down, up. People can't seem to get that through their heads either. It's everything they do goes uphill. Look, everything's uphill. Not everything, but like when they do leaners like that, they're always going uphill. Off the ground. Cool. Thanks for watching that, you guys. Oh, they moved back in here. Oh my goodness gracious. This has always been, but with the structures. This used to be up, it is up there, but it didn't come down this far. Look how clean it is, you guys. Look at all the sticks. They've all been put here, look. I'm not kidding. Watch. Look. Most of them are all here. X. Here's an open wallow right here. This is new. So when I see this, I expect to see pine cones at some point. Like a big pile. I don't see it yet. There's the biggest pile up there. Look at this, you guys. I got a new Galaxy Ultra 23 coming. With lots of help. I'll explain a different video. Big shout out to Kelly. Kelly, just so you guys know, Kelly basically is Colorado Bigfoot. So if you guys hear me mention Kelly, KK, I don't say last names a lot. I don't need people get stalking or anything. But she's very popular and very well known in our community and very well liked. Everyone likes Kelly for a good reason. She's a great person. Look at that. There's one there and there's one behind. You can tell it's behind the tree. Look at that. It's a draper. And then I got this thing on the back, which I think is a stump, right? You got to look at that. That's how they trick you. It's how it's done. Why don't the ape campers get it? He thinks he goes. They still believe they run in there and just hide. It's an amazing thing. Are you kidding me? If they didn't have the abilities that I tell you they have, there'd be a billion mistakes. Hunters, it would happen every single day all over the earth. There's as many of them, if not more, than us. That's another fact that's real hard for regular people to understand. They can't understand anything. It's hard for them to understand a sale at Walmart. So why would we expect them to get this? Let them whine and complain. It's the only way. They'll come around. The whole world is coming around. Why wouldn't they? Everyone is on board. It's very weird looking. Like, I get it's wood or something, but why is it like that? And be behind an X. Well, it's behind an X if you're looking this way. It's blurring on the tree in front. Do I think it's something? I don't know. But if it is a trick, that's how they do it. They do it on the end of stumps all the time. Wow, you've got to see these structures that they're doing. I'm not going to, because I don't want to go up there. Let me get one shot. You can't see really, but up there, it's tenfold. All right, I got to get these guys to do something. I think, based on experience, it won't happen right here. I have to go right up above it. There's this tree line of bushes and then the big giant pine start. And I just go there. It's part of this. And it seems to be different. Like bigger ones. I think it takes the big ones. I don't know. It's impossible to know, except for a couple of times, who was doing it with me. Like making the noises. I don't know who it is. Wow, you guys. Look at this. See, I think they use these rocks. I don't think I know it. Energy. It's the same as the sticks. Look at the giant X, you guys. I can't believe they've definitely, you guys, this is, I usually stop right there because I know what's back here. And it's not this. Their seats are extending, so there's only one of two things. They're either moving over, which I don't believe. They move around and they make new seats and stuff, but not too far. Or there's more coming into these. All these spots are expanding and becoming huge. This is a structure for a seat. It's so he just manifests, as far as I'm concerned, right there. See, to get the guys the best noises and them to do something, I gotta push in on them to get, or like zoom right in. That gives the tree to push down, and that probably won't happen here because it's too hard. Like I can't get. In other words, for me, I can't narrow down where they would be, and then try to look at that. You guys, these are all structures. It's one that black and gray forest I mentioned, like it's hard to see them. It's just bark. They did look like faces, don't they? You guys, let's just walk. Mark, you don't talk. There's two of us. I'm giving orders today. I'm taking over. Mark, you shut up. Camera, you do all the work. These guys can Bigfoot by themselves. They don't need you talking. I got real vibes. You guys, I'm in this new spot. like in a familiar world but new place, like further, like I'm far in. I got everything with me. My backpack. I got my sidearm. I got, not for them, but just like, this is bears love this. I don't think they let bears come into their places too much unless they want them there. Wow. Look, you guys, if you think this is just, first of all, there is no such thing as wind here. It doesn't exist. Okay. It gets blocked. The tops can blow around a little bit, but it could never do this. Look, it's all clean, you guys, and maintained. You see that? That's a maintained forest. It's impossible. Millions of years, it wouldn't be like that. You wouldn't be able to walk, or it would be real messy. Look at this. These are all seats right here. They don't have the black because look, it's the way it's so hard here. You can see the impressions everywhere. Right there's an impression which still has wetness on it. They do it on purpose, these pines. It's because you can't make footprints in it. But it's really soft and comfy. Wow, they moved up here. I cannot believe it. Look here, there's like a transition. Check it out, look. Look where only the wind is. The wind ends on the Trident X. The wind loves Trident X's. It's crazy. Even though I was just sitting in the middle of them at the beginning of this video, I still think I'm early for here. I really do. They're like right below. I'll show you a clip at the end where I think they are, most of them. But I was with them, but it's just not full effect. Like and typically, if it's not, you don't get like noises and stuff. And I guess it was. I don't even know what it was like a teepee picture. Look at these footprints. That's a footprint right there. You know, an impression. It's a footprint. It's a perfect footprint, and there's an X there. Oh wow. You believe it's a footprint now. Look at that. Like, why have the X there? Like, I get it. Set up your little spot, but why so many? I think it's to confuse. It's to add, but they all do the same thing. They'll all have the border. This, not always a trail marker like that. That's too good. Isn't that funny? I still see people finding that, saying that the Indians did that. I can't think of a nice word to call you, to insult you. Look at pine cone eating on a structure. And if that isn't good enough, that should be. Nope, we don't believe you. Mark's a hoaxer. Let's make videos about him. Fucking imbecile. Make sure you never meet me. So this is me getting all the way back down, and this is also right above where I did the last two videos, like out in the open and stuff like that. This is where I was. It seems like I'm capturing something in the open, and this is the forest above it. You can't quite see, but it is outstanding deep in there. And I think this is where a lot of the activity is from where I just was, is for the next few weeks. Can you see it? It's one giant X. I'm just zooming to the center of the X. This is where I think they are. So if you saw the video, like the video I just did, there's probably a few of you left. I want I just wanted to point this out. It would probably have been a better video in there. You got to see some of this, the scale, giant scale, like open structures, seats around them. I think that's where they are, right there, right in there. The guys that I was visiting right there, they're like, it's close, but it's below. See how green it is in there already? It's been melted there. It's incredible. Yeah, there's multiple lines as you go through the spring of snow lines, and that last one takes quite a while. So I feel like the last one's the rest of the mountain. It takes quite a bit. I have another probably a couple weeks before I see that. That's a giant teepee structure right there. So I think there's something going on right now in there. I'm not just saying that. I really believe that. See the trees, like it's different. And where I was way in there. And then you get there's hardly any snow, although I do have one patch of snow in there. Something's happening in there. I just look in there and I get goosebumps. I'm not kidding. All right, over now. All right, so I was doing this last little clip. I wanted to hang out there for a while. Yeah, I do it. I hang out there probably like 3 or 4 times a year. Ooh, big, like hawk or something there. What is that? Vulture? Something? Eagle. Anyway, it starts raining. Like I'm never gonna get out of it. I realized I didn't have my rain gear. I must have took it out of my backpack. And then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get wet. None of this matters. I just wanted to tell you. I'm just updating. And there it is. I mean, that's where I was. So it's a great decision to run. It's pouring rain out there, and it's coming right this way. But I got out of it. Look, it's right here. I think that's the rain I was in. And this is kind of a part of it. I was up there. I don't know exactly where I was. It's hard to say from right this direction, but I was like up there somewhere. And it's beautiful. Like I drove back into the sun, and we're just about to lose it. That's the last minute of the sun. And you can see the rain right there. You can literally see it. That's God himself out there, you guys. Right there. Where is it? I think that blue stuff coming down right there. Looks like rain. It's pouring rain. Yay, I love rain. I just don't like to be in it at high elevation on a motorcycle. Actually, if I know it's like, even if it's an hour or something, torrential downpours, I don't mind. Like if there's a window on the other side, that's fun. Because then you build a shelter. But if it's like something that's going to be like for 6 hours or something, you don't want to be stuck up there. But I've had to do it for a couple hours, multiple times now. I think 3 I can remember. One with Callie, 2 of them myself. Where you just like, it's like hailing, and like I saw it coming. I just wasn't willing to give up the day. And waiting that out sucks. It gets real cold, dark, and lonely, and you're like, what am I doing up here? And there's no Bigfoots looking at you, and it's just like, it can be a bummer. Some weather can change the way you feel. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you're still looking at me. And it looks like rain there. I'm just showing you because it looks kind of cool. It's neat looking weather. Beautiful. We take that for granted every day. What you're seeing, am I telling you what you take for granted? No, I just mean, hypothetically, I don't think enough people appreciate the beauty of this earth. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. That's the way I feel because I just stand here with myself. Over now.